that the mid-pack of this will be much like that today.
So Jake Lewis on pole, Avalon Biddle, his partner, on second. 33, that's Dan Jenkins. Sorry, Nick Kane on the 675 with Dan Jenkins right behind him. Second row of the grid, we've got Seth Devereaux on the MV. Who's that guy in what's that other one?
Ashton Hughes.
Ashton Hughes, of course. Another 675 Triumph.
And SJ Cavell beside him on number 41. And we're ready to go. The lights are on. And we're off. And another good start from Avalon, but it looks like Jake's away well as well.
That's the best start Jake's had all day. He's fluffed the starts at least 3 times.
Looks like he's got it sorted this time.
Yeah.
So now it's all up to Avalon. Can she pick him off into the hairpin? She needs to do it on turn 1 if she wants to stay with Jake. Once Jake's got a clear air,
I feel a bit conflicted here, Ian, because you shouldn't be a down on anybody, but I don't want to see Jake win this race. I want to see Avalon win it.
Well, she's going to have to really work for it if she wants it bad enough.
I want to see her give him a poke in the eye for men's lib. Come on, let's give her a break, Jake.
Well, I don't think there's any call to give him
I don't
there.
think he will.
And to be fair, if he gives a fraction to Avalon, she won't want the win. She wants to earn it like every other racer out there.
Yep,
and I see Seth Devereaux making a good move, closing up into 3rd place, right on the back of Avalon now. So that's a good move from Seth to be able to up into 3rd so early in the race. So he'll just need to concentrate now, keep his rhythm, keep close to Avalon, and let her drag him up to Jake.
Oh, Seth gets into a bit of a tank slapper there.
Just locked the brakes on the way into the into pothole. It's a bit of a sketchy move through there. It's cost him a wee bit of time as well. He's going to have to gather himself back up and concentrate now. He really needs to get the hammer down if he wants to catch back up to Avalon.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier with the tyres not being up to temperature.
Yep, and that's Jeff Kane just getting passed by
Nick Kane.
Sorry, Nick. There we go. Nick Kane just getting passed as well into turn 1.
Okay.
So a bit of a freight train forming at the front of the field with Avalon in 2nd, Jake in 1st, Seth Devereaux running in 3rd. Ashton Hughes, good race for Ashton on the Triumph 675 in 4th place. And Nick Kane also on a 675 running in 5th. SJ Cavell on a CBR 600.
Is that his real name? SJ?
SJ.
Does he have another name?
He doesn't have another name.
Does the S stand for anything?
Perhaps it does, but no one in the motorcycling fraternity knows it. He has always been SJ Cavell. Even when he was in MNZ as one of the upper echelon of the organising team, he was just SJ Cavell. So fantastic. Bit of colour to the sport.
Come on, Avalon.
So Avalon's trying very hard through the entrance to the sweeper. She's actually carrying a little bit more speed than Jake on through there. Now, can she get close enough to carry some slipstream?
She's not close enough for the slipstream. No, not enough.
That bike of Jake Lewis's is very fast for a 600. Although Avalon's not losing any ground, and in fact she does close up just a little bit off the end of the straight.
Avalon's just set the fastest lap of the race at 1 minute 33.6. Not by much, but she's lapping quicker than Jake by about 0.003 of a second. So that's not giving her away, is it? That's not giving up. No. That's her battling. That's as fast as that bike will go right now.
Absolutely, absolutely. So Jake,
come on, Avalon, you can do it.
Jake getting a good run up through the wee wiggly bit into the right hand of Fulton Hogan. Seth Devereaux coming through in 3rd. Good racing out there for the first 4 or 5 spots. Field's starting to stretch itself out a little bit now, as to be expected in the heat of the day. Some of the riders getting tired, and to be fair, some of the machinery perhaps getting a little tired as well. It's been a big weekend for all the bikes, lots of wear on everything. There'll be a stack of burned out, used out tyres, I'm sure, by the end of this weekend.
I'm sure you're right. So, come on, Avalon, you can do it. We've got
6 laps to go.
6 laps to go.
6 laps to go. It's certainly not over yet by any stretch of the imagination, Phil. There's a lot of riding to be done.
I guess I don't want to give the commentators curse to Avalon, but I really want to see her win this race. You know, this is the 4th time these guys have gone head-to-head this weekend. 5th time. And I could think of no better reward for Avalon for her hard work than at least one win.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm not biased, I just want Avalon to win.
Oh, look, I think the whole crowd would be up on their hands and up on their feet and clapping furiously for Avalon. But to be fair, Jake's riding a perfect race. He's doing what he needs to. He's holding a consistent gap.
He just hasn't, you know.
He's been riding brilliantly all weekend. I think I've seen him make one tiny little mistake the whole weekend, and that was it. So I think he's going to be very, very hard to beat from here. But it's hot out there, and your concentration can lapse just for a fraction of a second.
Well, that's all it takes. One missed gear change, that's it. Misjudged one corner, and, you know.
Yep,
Avalon will be up his...
Absolutely. So we've settled in, the top 5 positions have settled in really quite nicely. Jake Lewis leading and Avalon in second. Seth Devereaux holding a very nice 3rd position. He'll be very, very happy with that. Ashton Hughes as well. I think Ashton would be disappointed with a 4th. I think he would like to believe that he is capable, and he is capable of running with the front runners on any given day. So I think 4th place might be just a touch disappointing for him this weekend. But nothing to be disappointed about, because certainly he's ridden outstandingly well, and in a very, very high quality field of national and international champions.
New lap record from Jake Lewis, 1:33.5.
There we go. So we're definitely pushing on the pace now. Jake's been given the hard word by his team. Get your head down. Avalon is chasing.
So Jake's last lap time, 1:33.58, and Avalon's time, 1:33.6.
Nothing.
There's absolutely nothing in it.
So Simon Perry just crossing the line there. Probably the oldest bike in the field today. Original model Triumph Daytona 675.
How old is that?
Oh.
They came out 2007.
Yeah, be about 2007 or an 8 model. So, you know, great to see Simon out there riding and enjoying his racing again.
You know, a story about that 675, when Triumph decided to build a 675cc road bike, effectively a race bike, they engaged the services of the Japanese designer who was responsible for the design of the TZR250 Yamaha, which was the most successful GP bike ever built by far by anyone. And yeah, they've incorporated exactly the same frame geometry, setup, rake, trail, everything is identical to the TZR250. When we got the first 675 Daytona into the shop, I was the Triumph dealer here for a while, and we sat it next to a TZR250 we were working on and measured it up. Wheelbase, height, rake, trail, it's identical, which goes some way towards explaining why the thing is such a rocket on the track.
Absolutely, those TZRs.
And might I add, why it's a bit of a handful on the road, because it tips into corners way quicker than you would normally get.
A very sharp scalpel from the road, that one.
Yeah.
Well, we've settled into a nice pace now. Jake Lewis leading from the front by a couple of seconds over Avalon Biddle, who's probably got maybe 4 seconds lead over Seth Devereaux. Now Seth's actually being closed down a little bit by Ashton Hughes, so he's going to have to be careful there. And Nick Kane still holding a good 5th place, so that's a really good ride for Nick for this weekend. So here we go with them coming through the double lefts now into the dipper. Jake Lewis leading Avalon Biddle by 2.5 seconds. Seth Devereaux back in 3rd place on the MV Augusta.
Ashton Hughes in 4th, Nick Kane in 5th, S.J. Cavell 6th, John Lowther 7th.
John Lowther, there's a name from the past.
Yeah, he's back in racing. He hasn't been racing for a long time.
John...
He obviously hasn't lost any of his talent.
I think John stopped racing in the very early 2000s. He was racing an R1 back then.
That's right.
So yeah, good to see John back out and doing it. Fantastic. Congratulations to you, John. You're riding brilliantly. There's Dan Jenkins gone through. And here comes young Harry Parker. Just getting pipped there, I think, by Jacob Pearce.
Good stuff,
so
Jacob Pearce.
Good boy, running up in 9th position. That's a fantastic ride from a man who had what can only be described as a horrendous crash with some really serious injuries. Broken femur, broken pelvis, shoulder injuries, neck.
Half a dozen ribs.
Ribs. To be fair, to see the young man back out here and running in the top 10 is a credit to the work that he and his parents, Trevor and Rachel Pearce, have done to get the young man back fit and ready for racing. So well done to that team. Absolutely fantastic.
That'll be good for his confidence too.
Oh, certainly. Look, coming back from a massive crash where you suffer what could be racing-ending injuries.
He was in a wheelchair for about 6 weeks, I think.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, you know, truly racing-ending injuries, and for him to be back out here running in the top 10 is just absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
White flag's out. Last lap.
And there we go. There's Jake crossing the line on the white flag lap in front of Avalon. Seth Devereaux in 3rd place, Ashton Hughes in 4th, Nick Kane in 5th. There goes SJ Cavell and John Lowther in 6th and 7th. Good battle going on for 6th and 7th, actually. Be interesting to see who wins that one. And there's Jake breaking up into the hairpin now. He's got a reasonably comfortable lead, but nothing's over on the last lap until you cross the line. And Seth's getting... Oh no, that must be a back marker that he just came past. Yeah. So round the Christchurch Casino Carousel for the last time for Jake and Avalon today, heading up to the right-hander. Quite a deceptive little right-hander that. There's virtually no camber on the corner. It's very flat, quite easy to run out wide, running through a bit fast there. Jake coming into the pothole for the last time, followed by Avalon and Seth Devereaux.
Come on, Avalon, it's not too late. You can still do it, girl. Come on.
Here we go, sweeping onto the track now. Jake Lewis to take the win.
Yeah.
Congratulations,
well done,
Jake. Well done. And a fantastic ride by Avalon Biddle. She'll find some speed on that bike, I'm sure, over the next wee period until there's some more racing to be had. And well done to Seth Devereaux, bringing it home in 3rd place. Nick Kane in 4th and Ashton Hughes in 5th. That's a brilliant ride from Nick Kane to pick Ashton Hughes towards the end of the straight. And it was SJ Cavell over John Lowther and Dan Jenkins for 6th, 7th and 8th. Jacob Pearce, is Jacob going to come through in 9th place?
Yep.
That is a 9th place for Jacob Pearce. That is an outstanding ride from the young man. And Harry Parker all the way from Invercargill, great ride from him as well.